Now, dear students, see last time we studied about refraction of light in lesson number 9, that is ray optics. Okay, we also discussed the relation between real depth and apparent depth. Okay, when refraction takes place. Now, see that was based on the principle. See the refractions here, simple laws of refraction like a glass slab. Okay, now here today we have to study the refraction taking place due to spherical surface. Okay, now see, we consider one such spherical surface like this. Okay, now see later on, see this is one spherical surface. Then if we consider two, there can be a crystal, and finally see we'll move toward the study of the refraction by lens. Okay, but right now, see we have to study refraction taking place due to spherically curved surface. Now this is basically based on the one simple principle. See derivation part, one simple mathematical relation. If we understand well, then it will be very easy for us. Now see what happens in a triangle. Okay, let us say ABC is a triangle and D is a BCD are collinear points. See ACD is a such an angle, that is a exterior angle. See what is the property here? See in a triangle, let us say if I call this angle as a y and x and this is y. See the exterior angle, see that is ACD. Okay, is sum of the remote interior angles. Okay, exterior angle in a triangle is sum of the remote interior angles. So see this simple basic rule we have to keep in mind. Okay, when we study refraction due to a spherically curved surface. Now let us say, see this MN, okay, is our. Now let us say a point like object is here. Okay, now see normal, okay, that is passing through the center of curvature. Now let us say this distance height is, let us say, h. Okay, now let us say A is, see the ray is incident at angle I like this. Now see the laws of refraction when it travels from a rarer medium. Let us say here refractive index is N1 and here the refractive index is N2. See when a ray travels from a rarer medium to a denser medium, see it moves toward the normal. Okay, it moves toward the normal. And second ray, if I consider to be passed through the center of the spherical surface, we consider it with at I. And this angle with the normal, okay, angle with the normal is R. Okay, so this is the incident ray, we can say first incident ray. After refraction it passes okay, it moves toward the normal. Now this is a normal we have considered. Okay, and second ray moves in a straight line, so the image is I is formed. Now here we have to use Snell's law also. Okay, now see triangle NOM. Okay, now we can consider this M dash also. Now we consider triangle NOC. Okay, see triangle NOC I consider. See this is, sorry, this is angle I. Okay, is sum of the exterior angle. So that is NOM plus NCM. Okay, see our angle I. We can write as angle NOM plus angle NCM. Okay, so that is triangle NOC. Okay, now see in triangle NCI. Okay, this angle NCM is the exterior angle, we can easily check. Okay, so angle NCM. Okay, see, first exterior angle is R plus angle NIC or NIM. Okay, you can write NIC or NIM have the same. So R is equal to angle NCM minus angle NIM. Okay, now see, we have got I, that is the angle of incidence. Okay, we have got angle R also, that is the angle of reflection. Okay, now see, N1 is a refractive index of the rarer medium. Okay, and N2 is for the denser medium. Okay, so now you have to use Snell's law. Okay, now first we write down, see, the value of this angle. Okay, now see, let us say angle NOM. Okay, angle NOM, we can write is MN upon OM. Okay, then angle NCM, see, we can write is MN upon MC. Okay, and we can write angle NIM. Okay, angle NIM is nothing but MN upon MI. Okay, now these are very important. Now see, we use Snell's law. Okay, see, N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. Okay, see, I is the angle of incidence. Okay, and R is the angle of reflection. Now see, when angle is small, sin I is I and sin R is equal to R. Okay, so see, N1I is equal to N2R. Okay, now see, angle I, as I written earlier, it is NOM. Okay, plus NCM should be equal to R. See, what is R? Angle NCM minus angle NIM. Okay, so R is, we have written NCM minus NIM. Now we substitute the various angles. See, N1, what is NOM? See, it is MN upon OM. What is NCM? MN upon MC. N2, see, what is NCM again? MN upon MC minus, see, NIM is MN upon MI. Okay, now see, what we can see, MN is a in numerator of all four terms. See, we can cancel it. Okay, now see, value of MO. See, this is our incident ray. See, distance is in the opposite direction of the incident ray are considered positive, and in, see, distance is in the direction of incident ray will be considered positive, and opposite direction we have to consider negative. So here this MO minus U, that is our object distance. Now see, MC is R, that is the radius of curvature. And why? Because this distance we consider, we calculate in the direction of incident ray, that be positive, and MI is plus V. Okay, so now if we substitute the values, N1, see, OM or MO is minus U plus, see, this is 1 by R. N2, MC is 1 upon R, MI is 1 upon V. Now if I simplify, minus n1 by u plus n1 by r, n2 by r minus n2 upon v. Okay, now we take the terms with r together. See, that will become minus n1 by u plus n2 by v, n2 minus n1 by r. Now see, this is a very useful relation for refraction taking place at the spherically curved surface. So we can take example based on this. See, our next example, okay, is based on this. Yes. Now see example number 9.6. Okay. Now see our example number 9.6 is based on this. See, a ray of light travels on a spherically curved surface from air to glass, which has a refractive index of 1.5 centimeter. See, the object is kept at a distance of 100 centimeter. See, the radius of curvature of the spherically curved surface is 20 centimeter. See, what we have to find out the image distance. Now we use the formula minus n1 upon u, n2 upon v is n2 minus n1 upon r. Okay. Now we substitute the values. Okay, minus n1. Okay, u is, see, object distance we have to consider negative. n2 is 1.5, 1. Okay, now n2 minus n1. n2 is 1.5. Okay, minus n1 is 1. R is plus 20 centimeter. Okay, R is plus 20 centimeter. Now, if we get solve, see, this will be 1 upon 100 plus 1.5 upon v. See, this is 0.5 upon 20. Okay, see, 0.5 is 1 by 2. So the equation will become 1 upon 100. 1.5 upon v is 1 upon 40. Okay, now we can solve. 1.5 upon v is equal to 1 upon 40 minus 1 upon 100. Now see, if I simplify, 100 minus 40 upon this will be 60. Now see, if I simplify, see, 1.5 into 40 into 100. Okay, see, that will be cross multiplication is 60 into v. Now this is 60 itself. So our image distance is positive. So the image is formed on the right hand side, okay, of the spherically curved surface. So this is about, okay, refraction taking place by a spherically curved surface. Now the example based on this. See, now next, see, we have to study about, see, the refraction taking place by a prism. Okay, see, all of us are familiar with the prism. Now see, in that, see, this A is called angle of prism. Okay, now see the first formula. See, the question is divided into two parts. First part, let us say A, or first part, see, we have to prove I plus E is equal to A plus delta or D. Okay, now see, what is the terminology that we have to see? I is angle of incidence, E is angle of emergence, okay, A is angle of prism, and D sometimes they show by delta, okay, that is angle of deviation. Okay, see, we have to prove I plus E is equal to A plus D, or See, the delta is again a Greek symbol. See, that you are familiar with. Okay. So first we have to prove that. See, the I plus E is equal to A plus delta or D. See, this can be asked in a 2-mark question. Now see here, we have to take refraction due to prism. Now let us say this is a normal to AB surface. Okay. Now see the first ray. Okay, let us say PQ is incident ray. Okay, PQ is incident ray. Now this is the original direction. Okay, but we know when it travels from a rarer medium to a denser medium, it bends toward the normal. Okay, let us say the first time refraction takes place, angle is R1. Now see, this is the original direction. See, its path is deviated. See, its path is deviated, let us say, by delta 1. Okay, its path is deviated. See, after refraction, see, the ray will travel in QR direction. Okay, the ray will travel in QR direction. Now, see, this is again the normal on AC surface. This angle is 90 degree. Here, this also was 90 degree. Now, see, here, see, it will travel from a denser to a rarer medium. So, instead of going in this direction, see, it will move away from the normal. So, it has moved like this. Okay. So, that's why we can say it has moved in PQRS direction. Okay. See, first incident ray PQ, then QR is refracted ray, and RS is emergent ray. So PQ is our incident ray, QR is our refracted ray, and RS is our emergent ray. So now what we can see here, see, this will be the angle of incidence, but here the refraction is taken for the second time. That's why we call as this angle as R2. Okay, now see, from this original direction, see, it has moved by delta 2 angle, again it has deviated. Now let us say delta 2, but this angle and this angle are vertically opposite angles, that's why this angle we can call as delta 2. Okay, now this is about the refraction. Now this is the original direction of the incident ray, this is the emergent ray. See, the angle between the original direction. Okay, now let us say I point color as a D. Okay, and this point is R. This is for my convenience. Okay, now this angle EDR or EDS has become exterior angle. You can see, easily check. See, this is a triangle and this forms a linear pair. Okay, this is I call as angle EDR or ED. Okay, okay, this angle EDR, or we consider this as a straight line. Okay, then angle EDR, EDS is delta, or we can say D is the angle of deviation. See, what is angle of deviation? See, the angle between the original direction of the incident ray and the emergent ray is called angle of deviation. Now, see, in triangle QDR, this is an exterior angle. So, we can say this delta or D is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. So, you can easily check by the geometry of this figure. Angle EDR or angle EDS is an exterior angle. Okay. Now, see, we come back to this point. We have to prove that I is equal to A plus D delta or A plus angle of deviation. Now, see, we have seen one thing, delta is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2, we can call as D also. Now see, this is angle of incidence, I is the angle of incidence. See, okay, this will be sum of the two, this is equal to vertically opposite angle. So from the geometry, I is equal to delta 1 plus R1. Okay. Now see the angle made by the emergent ray with the normal is called angle of emergence. Okay, that we have mentioned here. So this angle of emergence E will be equal to delta 2 plus R2. Okay, now if I take summation of these two, I plus E is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2 plus R1 plus R2. Okay, now this delta 1 plus delta 2 is delta that we have proved, R1 plus R2. Now see if I compare, see what is remaining. Only thing we have to prove, this we can write as D also or delta also. Okay, see one thing is remaining. See we have to prove R1 plus R2 is R. Okay, again see this is angle of emergence, that will be equal to delta 1 plus R1, and this is angle of emergence. Okay, that is angle made by emergent ray with the normal, E is equal to delta 2 plus R2. Now if I add this to equation, I plus E is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2 plus R1 plus R2. Now see delta 1 plus delta 2, that is the exterior angle, is delta 1 plus delta 2 we have proved. Now see R1 plus R2 we have to see. Now see, now use the geometry of the figure diagram. See this is 90 degree. So this AQ and R, this is 90 degree. Okay, that is known to us. This is also 90. See quadrilateral AQ and R is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now what is the property of the cyclic quadrilateral? Okay, see opposite angles are supplementary. So we can say angle A plus Q and R is 180. Now see triangle Q and R. See that is the angle sum property. R1 plus R2 we are having plus Q and R. Why? Because the angle sum property, sum of the three angle of triangle is 180. Now see what we can say, right hand side both represent 180 degree. So we can write A plus Q and R is R1 plus R2 plus Q and R. So we can easily cancel this. So A is equal to R1 plus R2. So hence, see our equation has become, see it was like this, I plus E is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2 plus, okay, R1 plus R. So delta 1 plus delta 2 we have proved, delta R1 plus R2 is, we have just now proved A. Okay, so our equation has become I plus is equal to A plus delta. Sometimes they call it D also. Okay, so this is the first part of the question. Okay, so this is about the reflection of light by prism. See here, again PQ is incident ray that makes angle I with the normal on AB surface. See, angle of reflection is R1. See, it is derivated by angle delta 1. See, QR will be again same medium, will travel in a straight line. See, it will be refracted again on surface AC. Okay, so this will be the angle of refraction, that is R2. And see, travel from a denser to a rarer medium. See, instead of going in the straight path, it will move away from this normal. So this E is the angle of emergence. Okay, now see I is equal to delta 1 plus R1, E is equal to delta 2 plus R2, and by using the geometry of the figure, see we have proved is equal to I plus E is equal to A plus delta. Now see the second part of the question is like this. See, we have to derive the equation for refractive index of material. Okay, see we have to derive the refraction equation for refractive index of material of the prism. Now see, some things are based on the graph. See, this graph also will draw in the laboratory when you perform the experiment. See, this is a graph of angle of incidence versus angle of. Okay. Now see the experiment shows that when I is equal to E, that is angle of incidence, is equal to angle of emergence, see the angle of deviation become minimum. The angle of minimum deviation we called as dm. Okay, dm is the angle of minimum deviation. Okay, now see we come back to our equation I plus E is equal to A plus delta or D. See when I is equal to E or E is equal to I, D is equal to dm. So instead of E I can replace I, A plus dm. So 2I is A plus dm. Okay, so I is equal to A plus dm. Why? Ultimately, see our refractive index equation is sin I upon sin R. Okay, so I is equal to A plus dm by 2. See, this is the first part. Now see we have to obtain R. Okay, now why? Because our equation is refractive index of the material is sin I upon sin R. See, I we have obtained is A plus dm by 2. Now see, consider refraction taking place on AB surface. Okay, see this will be theta 1, this will be theta 2. Theta 1 will be equal to I, theta 2 is R1. When ray travels from air to prism, so N1 is 1 and N2 is N. Now we use Snell's law. Okay, by using Snell's law, N1 sin theta 1 sin I is N sin R1. Okay, so we can say sin I let us say we call as equation number 1. Okay, now see next we have to consider, see the refraction taking place on AC surface. Now see for AC surface, this will be theta 1, that will be equal to R2, N1 will be equal to N, theta 2, see ray travels from a denser to a rarer medium, see this is the angle of refraction, that is E is the angle of emergence, and this N2 is equal to 1. Okay, now again by using the Snell's law, N1 sin theta 1 is N2 sin theta 2. Now see here N1 is N, theta 1 is R2, 1 sin E. So N sin R2. Okay. Now see what we have used here. I is equal to E. Sin I is equal to sin E. Now see our sin I we have proved is N sin R1. Okay. Sin I N sin R1. And sin E is N sin. Okay. See from I is equal to E, sin I is sin E, sin I is N sin R1, sin is N sin R2. Okay, so what we can say is sin R1 is sin R2. From that we can say R1 is equal to R2. Now see, recall our equation. A is equal to R1 plus R2. Okay, now we assume let R1 is equal to R2 is R. So if I substitute A is equal to R plus R, or we say 2R is A, R is equal to A by 2. Okay, I is equal to R is equal to A by 2. So now see what we have obtained. Okay, I is equal to A plus dm by 2, R is equal to A by 2. Okay, now see the refractive index Eta is sine I upon sine R. Okay, see that is sine A plus dm by 2 upon sine A by 2. Okay, or we can write like this. Okay, so this is about the equation of the refractive index of the material of the prism. Okay, so now the question is basically divided into two parts. We have seen first, we proved that I is equal to I plus E is equal to A plus delta. What is I? Angle of incidence. E is the angle of emergence. A is the angle of prism, and D is the angle of deviation. Okay, and by using from that, see, we have derived the equation of refractive index of material of the prism. Okay, that is refractive index sine A plus dm by 2 upon sine A by 2. So today we have discussed about refraction taking place from a spherically curved surface. See, in that way proved that minus n1 upon u plus n2 upon v is equal to n2 minus r1. Okay, now and by then we studied about reflection of light by prism, and we derived equation of refractive index of the material of the prism. Okay, next time we'll proceed further. Thank you.